Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Shabbat Perek Yud Aleph Mishnah Bet. Over here, this is a continuation of last Mishnah, and we're going to explain the case. How so? Right? How so is throwing on Shabbat? Right? What's this? How so is it asur or patur according to according to Chachamim? Let's see. Ketzad. How so? Shte ketzutzreyot. Right? Two, and we're going to translate these as balconies. Right? Most other girsot in the Mishnah have gezuz teraot. Over here, Rambam is gores ketzutz rayot. Zo keneged zo, one parallel to the next. Birshut rabim. Right? So again, like we said, two across the street from each other. Imagine one balcony on one side, another balcony on another side, both opposite each other and across the Rishut Rabim. And again, we're talking about, like we said, that they're both below 10 Tvachim. HaMoshit ve'azorek mizod azo patur. If someone is moshit or throw, right, he passes or throws through, right, from one balcony to the next through that Rishut Rabim, he is patur. Hayush tehem b'diuti hat. Let's say they're both these balconies are on one side, right? They're not across the street from each other, they're on the same building. Rishut Rabim is passing underneath, and this balcony is hanging over the Rishut Rabim, and someone passes from one balcony to the next. HaMoshit hayav. If you pass, you're going to be hayav. Ve'azorek patur, and the zorek is patur. If you throw it, you're still patur. Now, why would the moshit be hayav? So sheken hayta avodat levihim, because this was the work how the Levihim would work. That's why it's going back on the Moshit Hayav case, right? That's why if a person passes, he'd be Hayav, because that's the way they worked in the Mishkan. When they had the agalot, the wagon set up, right? They would pass the bars from one wagon to the next. They would pass the Kirashim. And because it's something that was done in the Mishkan, any melacha that was done in the Mishkan, that's going to be, that's what we learn all of Shabbat from, so therefore it's going to be Asur. Shete agalot. Right? Now you have two agalot. And right, I would just point out, by the way, when you're passing it from one wagon to the next, it's even if it's above 10 tfachim, right? We said usually it's makom ptur, right? That's what we mentioned before. But because the Levihim again would pass above 10 tfachim, right? So it would still be asur and hayav over here. Now the Mishnah continues. And right? Two, it's explained what's this Abu Dal Levim. How was it? There were two agalot, two wagons, one after the next in Rishut Rabim. They would pass these kirashim, they would pass these beams from one to the next, but they would not throw it. And therefore, passing would be hayav, throwing would be patur. Now the Mishnah continues, if a person has the chuliyah has the dirt of the pit, and the sela is a rock. That they're 10 tfachim high, and 4 tfachim wide. So the rock, we understand very easily, right? You have a rock that's sticking up, right? It's 4 tfachim wide, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 tfachim high, right? Then it's going to be, if a person is hanoten mehen, then noten al gaban hayav. If a person takes from it, right? Takes something off the rock and places it in Rishut Rabim, or he takes something from Rishut Rabim and puts it on the rock, right? The rock is Rishut Yachid because it has these measurements of 4 by 10. Therefore, he's going to be Hayav. Patur. If it's less than that, he's going to be Patur. What's the case of the Hulyata board, the pit, right? So if you have a pit that's 10 Tvachim deep, right? Or let's say it's not even 10 Tvachim deep, but the dirt on the perimeter of the pit, right? When you dug out all that dirt, right, and you made this like little mound going around the pit, and let's say that mound itself was 2 tfachim high, and the pit itself was 8 tfachim deep. So those 2 tfachim, and you're allowed to use it, right, to consider the entire pit, the entire hole, 10 tfachim deep, because you include, right, the measurement of that rim. Right? So the same idea. If you take something from Rishut Rabim and you place it into this pit that's 4 by 10 deep, right? Then you're going to be hayav, and vice versa. If you take something out and place it in Rishut Rabim, you're going to be hayav. If it's less than 10 tvachim, it's not going to be hayav. Rather, you're going to be patur for that action.